everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about fragrances that I like to wear to bed. So these are fragrances I think really are conducive to getting into bed and drifting off on a lovely cloud, off to sleep. So this video is all about fragrances I wear to bed to go to sleep. And there will be a follow-up video on fragrances I wear to bed to not sleep. So use your imagination for that one, but there will be another video following this one. These ones are innocent, fluffy, soft, easy, non-invasive fragrances that I just think are perfect for sleep. One thing I would say is when it comes to wearing a fragrance to bed, if that's something that you do, you want to avoid things that are gonna be too stimulating, too loud, too aggressive. And you probably want to, if you think about aromatherapy, you probably want to avoid fragrances that are refreshing, awakening, reviving, all of that kind of thing, because it potentially could slow down the process of you getting into sleep mode. So that would mean avoiding the likes of lemon, orange, all the citruses really are, they're very much lively, awakening type fragrances. They're great to have by the bed. You can have a citrus cologne by the bed, and when you wake up and your alarm goes off, spray a little bit of the citrus cologne. Potentially will just give you a little extra lift to help you get out of bed. So that's a whole nother video. I should probably do that as well. Fragrances to keep by the bed to help you get up. But now let's stick with fragrances for sleep. So my first one, I do think that soft, fluffy, powdery fragrances really are, for me anyway, very conducive to going to sleep. Things that remind you of clean sheets, I think, really help, like musky, freshly washed sheets, that kind of thing. I think that's very conducive to what we associate with sleep. So fragrances that smell like multiple sheep jumping over a fence, maybe not. So this one is the Iris Shalimar Millésime, so it's Shalimar Millésime Iris. This one is basically a vanilla powdery scent with a gorgeous iris at the top, and there might be still iris into the mid, but it kind of blends in with this musky, fluffy vanilla, so it doesn't really smell like I can't really detect the iris after a fairly short while on my skin, but I still really enjoy this one, and I do think it's a very calming, soothing scent for bed because of that. I have talked about this one quite a lot, so I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. It smells a little bit like Shalimar in the opening, the original Shalimar, but it's a fluffier, sweeter, less harsh, less sharp version. I don't really pick up on a leather, I don't really pick up on a sharp bergamot. There's definitely a freshness from citrus from the bergamot, but it's blended in and it's very lightly done. So it's almost like lemon candy floss kind of thing. It's very fluffy and lovely. And then that lemoniness fades away fairly quickly, and you mostly get a powdery, vanilla, musky scent. And it's just lovely. It's perfect for sleeping, in my opinion. Another lovely musky fragrance is Boukhara from Gallivant Perfumes, and there is some jasmine in here, but it's really tempered. It's not really exotic or heady or sharp in any way, because there's all these musks and I think there's iris, there's possibly amber, something like that. It's all lovely layered fluffiness, and it smells like silk. Now there's an actual silk note in here, and the perfumer has his special silk accord that he created. I think he created it when he was training. I think it's Ralph Schweiger, could be wrong. He created the silk note when he was training, I believe. And he's put that in here, and it is amazing. I remember smelling this for the first time when I did not know there was a silk note. I knew the fragrance was called Boukhara, and Boukhara was part of the Silk Road, But when I smelt it, I literally smelt silk, because I remember having this coat many years ago. I bought this coat, but it had this very distinctive, it was a silk coat, had this very distinctive smell. And in the end I had to take it back because the smell was so strong of this silk, but I'll always remember it. And I've had silk since, it hasn't had this strong smell, so maybe just the way that it was treated or hadn't been treated to remove the smell, I don't know, but I really smelled the silk in this. I remember from the silk coat. Absolutely amazing. So fluffy, so lovely, so perfect to drift off. To me, this is, when you wear this, it's like wearing an aura. It's like wearing this sort of clean, lovely aura. Quite an indescribable fragrance, actually. I remember watching reviews of it before I smelt it, and nothing really made sense when I smelt it to the reviews I saw, and I struggled to review it myself. It's really quite an unusual fragrance, but it's very much a fluffy, musky, airy type scent that is perfect for wearing to bed. Now this might be a little obvious, but it's just so bloody perfectly named that it absolutely had to be on this list. And it is Drifting from Ikirio, so Dream House Ikirio. This one is their lavender for people who don't really like lavender. Vincent himself didn't particularly love lavender. He said he hadn't really worked with it before, and he challenged himself to work with lavender. And I think by doing that, he has created a fragrance for people that wouldn't normally enjoy lavender, because it's something that he's done. I don't know how he's done it, but to me, I imagine he's polished the lavender and he's taken any rough edges, taken off any green, sharp or herbal or pepperiness from the lavender, and he's stripped it right back, smoothed it right out, and then he's combined it with, I think the notes are peribalsam and hedione, but to me it smells like a little bit of vanilla, it smells like musk, it smells like spun sugar, but not a typical candy floss type smell, but just really light spun sugar. Very fluffy, very musky, very clean, nothing dirty here, nothing sharp, nothing harsh, all really fluffy and smooth, and so lovely for sleeping. It's just so perfectly named. So it's Drifting. And the next one is Angelique from Papillon Perfumery. Now Liz Moores was inspired by her children, by her babies, when she created this. And I can kind of see it's the softness, it's the humanness of it. There is a fluffy mimosa, it's musky, there's a little hint of green in here. It's an iris perfume, so there's lots of iris. I can't remember the other notes, but to me I'd say that the mimosa and the iris are probably the main aspects of it. There is this just gentle, fluffy, very natural smell to it. Nothing too lively, nothing jolting, nothing sharp, very fluffy. And innocent, as you can imagine, she's inspired by her babies. So very innocent and just the perfect scent for drifting off to sleep like a baby. Lovely. And then my final one, I mean the name, again the name, I Dreamed of a Rose. If you want to fall asleep dreaming of a rose, then you need to wear I Dreamed of a Rose. And it truly is a beautiful fragrance. It's fruity, obviously it's very rosy. There's a little freshness to it. I don't know if there's citruses, but I do feel a little freshness, and there's some violet. It feels very musky, very sensual, lots of layers. I'm going to spray some on here. Very pretty. I think if you want your dreams to be pretty, if you want to dream of being in a field of roses and red fruits and layers of lace and silk and fluffy musky clouds. This one is perfect. I do smell a little bit of a musky, woody undertone to it. There is definitely depth in here. It is not just all light. There's more depth in here. This has got the strongest character out of all of these perfumes. It's stronger, and therefore I think if you're wearing it to bed, you really only want the one spray. Just drop a little spray here. I don't know why I have to do this. I feel like a child sometimes. But it's just very, very pretty, and you're just going to be enveloped in this lovely, fluffy, musky, rosy scent, and it's just beautiful. And a bit fruity. Definitely a bit fruity. Tiny little bit of tartness in there as well. Much more complex, I'd say, than... I don't know if it's more complex. Bukhara's pretty complex. Angelique's fairly complex. Just more, a bit of a stronger hitting fragrance, really. But still very pretty and very lovely for bed. So they are my perfumes to wear to bed. Let me know what are your favourite perfumes to wear to bed to sleep. And yeah, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.